We're joined by Michael Letts. He's the founder, president, CEO of Invest USA, national grassroots nonprofit organization helping hundreds of communities provide thousands of bulletproof vests for their police forces. More at investusa.org. Michael, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Morning, Scott. It's always a privilege to be with you. We thank you for the opportunity, and it's going to be a glorious day, whichever way it goes.
It Absolutely. It's a beautiful start to the morning here. We appreciate you being alongside. We've seen and watched the success that President Trump and troops have had in Washington, D.C. in cutting that crime rate, zero murders at last check since it began. Have you heard anything from law enforcement officials on the ground as to how they think that this approach is working and what they like about it?
Well, I can tell you this, Scott. We're hearing from law enforcement all across the country, and actually, they think this is a very positive model as to a rollout across the nation. And here's why. Look, we got to be frank here, Scott. Under the Biden administration, we lost so many officers.
Mm,
We started out when he came into office with 1.4 million officers across the country. When he left, we were down to under 700,000. That's almost half of our police force gone. And because of the fact that they were treated the way they were maligned, they were said they were no good, we didn't pay them anything, wouldn't give them the necessary equipment. It's no wonder we have even the 700,000 that are left. The point
mhm,
being is when the President Trump decides we're going to go after these drug dealers, these cartels, these terrorists, these child sex traffickers, they're not going about leaving freely with a little skip in their step. It's going to take some hard work to do that. We don't have the personnel, law enforcement, to do it. So we
mhm.
had no choice but to partner with our military, National Guard, and others to be able to supplement what we had, not to replace it, to supplement it till we get the matter under control and get our numbers back up to where we need to be. And of course, after that, there won't be any need for the Guard. But this is a brilliant plan, and it's working exceptionally well. I think it's working better than we anticipated, quite frankly, Scott.
Yeah. How do you maintain the new level of enforcement after National Guard troops leave, especially if and perhaps when this is expanded to other cities across the country, be it Chicago, Baltimore? At some point, just like with our great officers across the country, you're going to run out of numbers to sort of cover those areas. How do you maintain that level of law and order even after perhaps the surge is gone?
Well, we've done two things. First of all, we've anticipated that. And of course, we're not just going in with a show of force so that everybody runs and hides in their basement for 30 days, peeking out the back door, making sure we're gone, then coming back out.
Hmm.
We're actually determined to go in and make the arrests that are necessary for these criminal illegal immigrants. We're going out and find those that have skipped bond, or maybe are American citizens, and we're going to make sure they're in jail. And then the other thing that we're doing, I think, is imperative to talk about here, Scott, is Judge Janine, our U.S. Attorney in D.C., targeted one area, and that is the youth. You know, you saw that about 4 weeks ago with these mob rulings and running around in Cincinnati, attacking innocent people, filming it to see who could get their first load up to get their 15 minutes of fame or 15 seconds of fame. We begin to see that, you know, how young people are very vulnerable. They always want to do what the trendy thing is. We wanted to make sure this was
Hmm.
not viewed as being trendy, but quite frankly, it has been. So we've seen the same thing up here in New York, in LA, in Portland, in Seattle, and other places across the country. Then it happened 2 weeks ago, Sunday before last, in DC. And that's when the president said he had enough. It was time for us to bring and rein this stuff in. You saw that Monday. He held the press conference that we're federalizing, we're bringing in federal officers, and we're bringing in the Guard, and we kind of worked out the details very quickly after that, and I think it's been extremely successful. So successful that we're getting videos from all across the country from minorities, Chicago, Detroit, New York, saying, "Please don't forget us. Come here next. In fact, can you just go ahead and come here now, and don't have to wait for it next?" And so we're geared. The president is committed to doing that, and I understand the political side. I understand the ramifications. You know, Scott, as successful as this program is, in midterm elections, people are going to remember who kept them safe. That's one of the key
Yeah.
things, key elements.
Yeah.
And the Democrats are scared to death because if this happens the way it has been happening and continues to escalate and get more successful, they got some real trouble in 2026.
Michael Lutz with us from Invest USA, investusa.org. How much can this be a domino effect? I guess meaning when you begin to crack down in DC, does it also affect crime in Chicago, New York? How connected are some of these organizations across the country? And if you take out, as you mentioned, key members here, does it affect crime there?
There's no question it does. You take a look at Venezuela. Look, what are we arguing with Venezuela about now? As we have discovered through our intel services that Venezuela is a key component to help provide logistical support, financial support, and transportation support for Tren de Argueta, MS-13,
Hmm.
and others. And so, because of that, they are. This is what I tell people: criminals are not stupid. This is one of those well organized, syndicated organizations in the world. And they're organized here in America. So, just what you said, when you begin to take out their key leadership, wherever it may be, it has a dramatic effect on how their structure continues to operate. And that is our goal. We're gonna track them down. We're gonna find them wherever they're at in this country, and we're gonna take them out. And that will reduce the level of their organizational ability. And then it won't be such a lucrative idea to continue down the vein of being a nefarious criminal. Won't have the same effect anymore.
Michael Letts is founder, president, and CEO of Invest USA, great organization dedicated to protecting those who protect us. You can find more at investusa.org, investusa.org. Michael, thanks so much for jumping on this morning, joining us here on the Steve Gruber Show.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for what you're doing. God bless. God bless America. Keep it up. We're going to win this war.
I appreciate it. That's Michael Letts from Invest USA. Again, more at investusa.org.
Michael, let's invest USA.